Kalin Sheick, welcome to Water Your Garden. Thank you for having us.
I'm excited to be here. I can't believe you guys are here in Walloon Lake, Michigan.
We're in Sweetwater Floral, your shop right now. I've wanted to come here for so long. It is the cutest flower shop in northern Michigan.
Thank you. We tend to say that. We like to think it's kind of a haven and escape for people. There's always something for someone to find. And, we're a full service flower shop, but we wanted it to feel more special than that, than just like walking in, grabbing what you needed and leaving.
Yeah. I have admired you from afar for so long.
Thank you.
You have Sweetwater Floral, you have your wreath making classes, your business. We have so much to dive into, but I'd love to start with getting to know you.
Yeah.
So you live in northern Michigan now, but where did you grow up? How did it come to be that you're here?
I grew up in Metro Detroit, and I was a kid like so many we came up north on the weekends. We came to the Petoskey area, specifically the Walloon Lake area. So it always kind of felt like a second home for me. And I got a television journalism degree in college. Sound familiar? A bunch of TV reporter girls. And I was like, I am gonna become a TV reporter. Like, this is it. I am meant to be on television.
Was that your dream growing up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, like full blown. And I think that's because everyone told me I would be good at it. And so a lot of my work now is about like helping people realize that the thing that you were told you're so good at, you don't have to become. You can just take the skills from that and turn it into whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
So that's what we call focal filler and flair, which I'm sure we'll get into. But I moved to kind of right out of college. I snagged a TV job, and I was a reporter, an on-air reporter. And I got the lucky assignment of doing lifestyle stuff, as you know. And I fell in love with learning about people's stories, specifically in their small businesses. I was really taken with particularly women who had created and forged like their version of what worked for their life. This was not very popular back then. This was like this is like 2009, 2010, like,
okay.
And that kind of like girl boss movement was kind of starting.
Yes.
Social media was kind of really popping off. And I just thought I saw the writing on the wall that I don't think TV was meant for me long term. Mm-hmm. And I fell in love with flowers. People ask me all the time, did you grow up in a family flower shop? Did your family own a landscaping? Nope, I have no horticulture experience, no floral experience. I'm completely self-taught. And there was something about flowers. Like I couldn't put my finger on it. Mm-hmm. And taught myself how to design, booked my first wedding. And that was in 2015, and 10 years later, here we are.
Wow. Okay, I want to talk a bit about news, just because we have that in common. I was in it as well. As much as you're comfortable, what was working in news like for you? Did it live up to your dreams?
I feel like part of it did, right? Because you have this childhood dream of like seeing yourself on TV and telling people stories. And this was news, I feel like, and this is crazy because it's only been 10 years, but it's like so different now. It's so different now. And so it felt a lot to me like, yeah, this is my dream come true. Like I often say when people ask me, I didn't dislike my TV news job. Mm-hmm. I disliked the life that I saw myself building with TV news being a part of it.
And what was that?
That life, that version,
yeah.
It was just, I couldn't pour into the things that were really important to me. I felt like, I was like, I'm a wellness girly. I'm a wellness journey girly. Like there is no wellness working into it.
Yes,
there's
the
no wellness. Yeah. It's quite the opposite. I think I was drinking like 14 cups a day of coffee.
Yes.
I was getting up at midnight. I worked third shift. Like, all this. Like,
I had health problems when I worked the morning shift. I had to go to the doctor. I had problems with my eyes and my stomach.
Yeah.
Doctor couldn't figure it out. And then after I got off the morning shift that I had been on for about 7 years, the doctors couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. I tried medication. I got off the morning shift and they all just disappeared.
Yeah, same. Like
it's crazy.
Like, you're not sleeping. You're sleeping like in 2-hour little spurts. Mm-hmm. And then I look back and I'm like, I kind of was bummed because I felt like I was missing my life. Did you feel like that? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Because everything I went to, I was a mess. Like if we had a wedding weekend, and I'm sure Connor can agree, like the spouses of TV news reporters, like especially the morning show girlies, like we would go somewhere and I would just have a pit in my stomach already about like, I have to be back. I'm not going to sleep this weekend. I'm not going to. And then, you're in your 20s and I was like,
I would still go out. I'd wake up at 1:30, 2 a.m. I'd work the morning shift in my 20s. And then I would go out and stay out until 2 a.m. And I would get so sick because I didn't want to miss out on life, but I also had to do the job.
FOMO.
Yeah.
See, I have JOMO. I love missing out.
Isn't that also your 30s though?
Yes,
Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm 37.
Yeah.
Like, it is my dream to miss out on things
I've
now.
developed it a bit. At
Yes.
the time, no, I just had
It was
FOMO.
crazy. I used to work. I would go in at midnight, work the show, come home at like 10:30 or 11. But if you work the noon, then you know you're staying on for the noon. Come home, and then I'd be like, I'm just supposed to lay down and sleep. Like I wanted to do normal things. So like go grocery shop, run to the bank. But then I would take a little nap, and then similar, I'd be like, well, I want to go to this thing with my friends tonight, even if it's a dinner. Go to that, come back, try and sleep 90 minutes. Like that is not for girls like us, for women like us who are wellness girlies. There was no life. It was not a lifestyle that had sustaining ability for me. And then the real problem was I fell in love with Northern Michigan and I didn't want to leave. So I was really fortunate to have offers and opportunities to go to bigger markets. And I just was like, I think I'm going to hang here. I think I'm just going to hang in Northern Michigan. And so I kind of started to see all the pieces coming into play. Like I knew I couldn't be a TV reporter the rest of my life. I knew one day we wanted a family and I wanted to be a parent that had flexibility in my schedule to be with my kids. And then I was just like, I literally remember thinking like, I think I got to come up with something because I want to stay in Northern Michigan and everyone I've met in Northern Michigan is a business owner or they have a skill set that I don't have, right? So they're like a doctor or they're like a big executive at a big resort. And I was like, I got a journalism degree and I can yap. So what can I do? I'll become a florist.
The art of yapping. You definitely mastered it. Yes.
And I decided to tell the whole story of it on social media. And that's how the business grew. Was just
really?
Yes. Like I'm going to start a business. And I'm going to talk about it on social media.
Okay. So you decide to leave news. You make that jump. News. How scary was the pivot for you? Was that hard?
The pivot was, so I did one wedding. I tell this story all the time. I did one wedding. I don't know if my husband's here. He is. Hi, good morning.
I see him in the background working.
The handsome bearded guy.
I love the husband.
Hopefully he'll come by. We do one wedding. I've never done a wedding before. I've never flowered for a wedding. We go, I make no money. I'm hemorrhaging money. We get there. I literally do not know how to design flowers. Matt, what were we doing? We're driving home from the wedding and I tell Matt, I'm going to quit my job on Monday. I'm like, I'm done. This is it for me. I'm quitting. I am like a florist. And he's like, we drove to Frankenmuth. He's yelling.
My new career. And I'm like, no. Made a gallon of gas.
We made like $4. Like
sometimes you need to be
delusional confidence.
Yes.
The only way I have built this company is delusional confidence. Like the team knows, Matt knows, but I've always said Matt is like my kite string because while I am up in the clouds with my ideas and my delusional confidence and my willingness to jump and put myself out there, I have no fear of rejection. I have no fear of failure. Like I literally think this is a DNA trait that you probably have as well. Like I'm not scared for people to tell me no. Like the worst thing.
I'm definitely not scared of a no.
No, not scared of no. And I'm never embarrassed. But Matt has always been like 2 feet firmly planted on the ground, like a really even keeled, solid head on his shoulders. And so he has always been like, I'm up here floating in the clouds. He holds the kite string. He allows me to fly, but not like drift away. Because like this company would be in financial ruin. It kind of, that was, but it comes on eventually and helps run.
You're making like a bit more than a gallon of gas these days.
Yes, we're in the profitable part of the column. But the pivot was, he was like, I can see this is really passionate for you. You need to replace your income. Like when you have grown this business to replace your income or for it to be a number that we can use because we're a 2-income household at that time, we were freshly married, then you can do it. So for 2 years, I kind of did both. I would report the news during the day and then design flowers on the weekends and kind of built the business that way. And then it's 2017 or 2018. I can't remember. Matt might know, but I go full time in that spring to get ready for a wedding season. And then I was a solo game. It was me, and then I would have like a helper, like sweeping the floor, like processing flowers, but that was it. And the pivot was, I was not scared. I was not scared because
I love that.
I kept saying, what's the worst that can happen? Okay, the worst thing that happens is I leave my TV news job and I start a small business and it blows up. I make no money. Cool. I'll just go get another job. Like, I knew my skill set. I know what a hard worker I am. I know that I like had really great interpersonal skills. I had made a lot of really great connections, and I'm a firm believer that like your network is your net worth.
Networking is everything.
It's all
everything that I've been able to do has been because of talking to people and networking.
Yes.
Which comes with not being scared of a no.
No, you can't be.
Yeah.
And also like really genuinely having an interest in human beings. Like I feel like we're in such an ask culture. Like we're in such a like the first introduction you meet with someone, like you're about to ask them for something.
Yes.
I'm more of a like, you know, just get to know people. So it really was like, what's the worst that can happen? And the worst that could happen didn't happen, which I'm very fortunate for. So we just kept trucking along at Flowers. And here we are 10 years later.
But I have admired you throughout the journey because I think what you have done has been so amazing.
Thank you.
And the thing is, too, I wanted to talk to you for so many reasons, but I also know there's a lot of people who look up to you who would like to do this with their own dreams. If there's someone listening right now, I know there is, who has a dream, they're getting ready to make that pivot, what would be your advice to them to make their dream a reality, kind of just like you did?
I think you have to understand that it is not cute in the beginning. Like, we're kind of sold this, oh my gosh, you'll have the flexibility and you're going to own your own business and you make your own schedule. And all of that is great. Like, I would not trade it. We joke, I cannot go work for someone else ever again. Like, it's me. Even if Flowers cease to exist tomorrow, I will come up with something. But it really has to be like, I often say like Sweetwater was my first baby. Like you really have to pour into it. And it's kind of ugly for the first like 18 to 24 months. Like, and I don't want the mucking in the corners is kind of what we say at Sweetwater. Like you got to muck in the corners. You got to kind of get a little gritty. You got to kind of get a little dirty. And the people who can't see where you're going, they are not going to derail it. I see a lot of people who, my parents don't get it, or my family thinks I'm crazy, or my partner doesn't understand. They're not going to derail you because you should want it more than they don't want it for you. And if you can't get past their kind of doubt in you, I wouldn't say it's not meant to be. I would say that like you need to reframe it as like, I don't know, you got to be a little scrappy. You got to be a little chippy. Like, we always joke, the best things people say to me is no. Like I pitched this brand the other day and they were like, it's a no. And I was like, oh God, we got a problem now because now I got to prove them wrong. Like now I need them to come knocking in 3 years and maybe like, oh, that's funny. Like,
love that mentality.
Yeah, you got to want it more than the people who don't want it for you want to see you fail.
Yes.
And you won't, and it will reiterate, it will reinvent itself so many times. When we started this company, I guess me in the freaking Subaru with the 1 gallon of gas I made, I was like, I'm never opening a flower shop. I was hellbent.
Why?
I don't want to do retail. I don't want to have a space, the overhead. I don't want to do daily orders. As you and I are recording this, people are walking in ordering flowers nonstop at the flower shop where I've been for 3 years. So it just changes. And also one of the business mottos I kind of live by that I wish I knew in the beginning was if you aren't failing 20% of the time, you aren't trying enough new things. So 2 out of every 10 is going to blow up in your face. Products, ideas, launches, pivots. And you just got to kind of like pick yourself up and keep going.
Yeah. Even talking to you before we were on camera, I was noticing all the different ways that you've reinvented yourself, all the different things that you've come up with for your business to make sure money's coming in, not during wedding season only, but the winter as well. Part of that was saying that you started these wreath making classes, which I've seen on social media.
The craziest thing that I ever, who am I teaching all these wreath classes?
No, I love it. Whenever I see them, they look so fun. They're like huge. Tell us about them.
Okay, so the kind of the story behind wreaths was, it was in those first years I was on my own.
Yeah.
And I was not a very good, what I lack in business management skills, like on the books, I make up for in personality. So Matt was helping me manage the books, and he was like, we have a problem. Like, there's no revenue. Like, I was doing weddings May through September, and then that was it. And I was in no way in a place in my life where this business could do the revenue in 4 months of the year to float us as a family all year. So Matt was kind of like, I think we need to come up with something. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to teach a holiday wreath workshop. And I remember he was like, have you ever made a wreath? And didn't I say no? And people were like coming over the house.
Yeah.
Like I sold tickets. It was in our barn. I remember the first one ever, there were 8 people. I probably comped like 4 of them just to have like a full table.
You got to fake it till you make it.
You got to fake it till you make it.
Yes.
Another big piece of advice that I think is so true. And I was like, I'm going to teach these wreath workshops. It'll be a nice little like income here. And here I am thinking like 4 paid tickets to a wreath workshop is going to float us for the winter. But again, delusional confidence. And I found out that I really loved teaching. Like I loved seeing people be creative, people get out of their own way, get out of like their rat race, put their phones down and really design. Like we do so few things with our hands anymore other than type on our phones. And so I was like, let's learn to make these holiday wreaths. And it was kind of becoming a thing. Like I remember that first year I did 2 and it was like, okay, they're coming. And then next year I was like, I'm just going to promote it nonstop. Our social media had grown and I'm going to sell like 5 of them in our barn. And they all sold out in like a day. And then I was like, okay, let's put another dance in. And it kind of just gained this momentum. And now wreaths are a huge arm of our brands. We host something called Wreath Fest. It is the largest wreath making event we think in the world. Wow, thank you so much, Sarah. This is what I've aimed for my whole life. And
I think it's fantastic.
It's fun because we've made it a whole weekend, right? So now it's like the girls come together. Like we say, get it out of the group chat. They come to Boyne Mountain Resort for the weekend. They're at the spa, they're wining and dining, we have a vendor marketplace. Yes, they make a wreath workshop, but for me, it's more about, we always say, bloom, build life out of moments. So like building these memories and experiences out of moments because we don't need more things. And so them being creative and Wreaths has really taken off. Wreaths has really taken off. We sell a wreath kit that we can ship to people and they can follow along with a tutorial. So we have like book clubs across the country that have their little wreath making party. We've sold them on national TV. We did a little like bit on QVC. So kind of like all these goals I set for wreaths I've accomplished. And so it's kind of crazy to see like where it'll go next. Wreath workshops with Sweetwater. It's wild.
I think it's 2 things. 1, during the holiday season, I've seen them and they're so cute. But also 2, in this day and age where we are on our phones constantly and so into technology, I think a lot of people are really craving experiences.
They are. They absolutely are. And I feel like, you know this better than anyone because during COVID, I feel like we like changed as a human race. Like and seeing how people were so withdrawn, like people were not getting out and about, like doing what they wanted to do. We kind of pivoted and created the kit for people. And then we found out like people want this time amongst other people to create something together with no stakes. Like you've worked a crazy job. You can't afford to mess up during the day when you've had this job, right? Like, and to be given the creative freedom of just like, there is no right or wrong way to do this. I'm with somebody I care about. We're having a date night, or I'm with my girlfriends. I'm with my mom. I'm with my sister. And that holiday spirit, it really just like cannot be beat. It's so special.
I love that.
I can't wait for you to come.
Okay. I know. I do. I want to come to one. You're doing one in Metro Detroit?
Yes, I'll be in Metro Detroit. We teach at Carhartt. Carhartt's like my favorite brand in the world. And so I get to work with them very often. And so I teach at Carhartt downtown. Sometimes we bebop around Metro Detroit a little bit. And we have a West Side event, and then we have Wreath Fest up here. Okay. So I'll get you the entry point, like the gateway drug is coming to just a workshop that's like Carhartt. Yes. But then you'll be at Wreath Fest next year. You'll be up at Boyne.
I want to be.
Girls.
I would love
have a whole weekend. It's so fun. It's so fun.
So you're doing all of this, which I can tell you're definitely a person who's go doing it all.
For sure.
You also, in the midst of starting this business, decide that you're ready to start your family as well. I've seen on your social media you post that there's, correct me if I'm not saying this right, like no such thing as balance. None. But what was it like starting a business and also starting a family at the same time?
Yeah, I feel as if the search for balance, we say this in the intro to our podcast, is fruitless. Like it will never exist. And once I really leaned into that, I read somewhere shortly after my son was born, like you can't be 100% in both columns at any time. So you can't be 100% mom and 100% business owner. Some days I am 90% mom and 10% business owner. Some days I'm 90% business owner and 10% mom.
Yeah.
And just giving myself that space made my parenting journey a lot more palatable from the standpoint of trying to manage a team and run a company and want to be the kind of mom that I like always dreamt of being. I knew early on, once Sweetwater was kind of taking off, we wanted to start trying to have a family. It was really hard for us. Like, we really struggled. I had like multiple losses. I had an ectopic pregnancy. It was a mess. And I remember thinking like, having the business really was a gift during that time and really hard because it was all happening during wedding season. And like, you can't move the goalpost on somebody's wedding. It's not like you can say like, hey, I had a miscarriage 2 days ago. Like, I'm going to need to circle back, like all these terms we like love to meme. Like, I'm going to need to follow up in 10 days. No, it was like, oh, I had a miscarriage 2 days ago. And like, I'm installing your wedding in Traverse City on Saturday. Cause like, I don't have a team set up. Like, I had people who helped me. I feel like, as with anything in life, pivoting and deciding like major turning points, you're only as good as the people you keep. And so like Matt has been, always will be like my rock through it all. And he took the lead on so many weddings during all those years when it was so hard. And then I had an awesome team, and I was really open with the team. I was not as open with my clients because you don't want to bog your clients down, with like some of them who I really loved and trusted. I would tell them what's going on, but it's a testament to the wedding industry and the people you keep around you, how like your village of support can rise to help you. I really did not know what this was all going to look like. So then I eventually am pregnant. I have our son. He's born during my busiest wedding week of the year because,
because of
Murphy's
course.
Law, because
Yes.
we plan, God laughs, like all those things. So like, he's born the third week of August. Like, is there a busier wedding week in Northern Michigan? I'll tell you, no, there is not at all. And
That's actually when we got married.
yes, and we got married the second week of August. Like, what were we thinking?
August is a great month.
It is, but now we joke as wedding vendors. I would have like a March wedding with like 10 people. But we did get married the second week of August. It is the most beautiful month to get married in Northern Michigan. And I remember when he was born, just loving, like feeling so fulfilled that I had the flexibility that I did. But it also was really hard because it's like, he was like 2 weeks old in the flower studio and I was designing.
Wow.
Because you can't take a maternity leave when you are the company.
Yes.
There's just no mat leave.
Yeah, you got to keep going.
However, I get to make my own schedule all year. So it comes with its pros and cons. We very quickly had another child. And then we very quickly had another child after that. We had 3. Yes, we did. We had 3 in less than 3 years.
It's a very calm time for you guys.
Calm, chill last 5 years for us. So we have a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 5-year-old. And they are awesome and they're wonderful. I think Matt would be a great person to talk about this. Not that he's coming on, I don't think, but
pop him on the mic. Say a word or two if he wants.
You can come out here if you want to.
Hi, Matt.
This is Matt. This is Sarah. You came in.
Hi.
And that's Connor. Her husband.
Nice to meet you.
Great.
That's Connor behind the scenes.
But Matt left his job when our third daughter was born because it was it's time for you. There is no world in which we could do it without both having the flexibility because they're so close together. You're going to need to talk if you want to talk.
What am I saying?
You can just talk about this a little bit if you want.
From your perspective, what was it like watching Kalin launch this dream and also, starting your family?
Yeah, I think I was really most just impressed by her ability to handle it all because I think it's not everybody could have done all that. I think though for us it was kind of all right timing stuff. The business was growing enough to sustain, a family, and kids are expensive and that's just a reality. And then as far as me coming on board full time, that was also timing. We had decided the year prior because I was in education. I had kind of made my announcement to my admin team and the school board that was going to be my last year. And I let them know in the fall. And then, so we kind of had a very abrupt birth story to our third child, and actually ended up cutting loose.
He kind of walked out of the building. He kind of walked out of the building and never went back. He was just all right, great guys, thanks for the memories. Got to go to the NICU.
That's a wrap.
We'll see you. We're gonna we'll circle back.
My plan had been to really help transition the next person in, and I had done that throughout most of the summer, but it happened pretty quick. So I think I had like 9 more days on my contract. I'm like, I'm not going to come in. So you need to,
See you never.
if you need to dock my pay or something.
Text me. But yeah, I think us growing our family, like we did not know we would have 3 kids so quickly. I don't want to I don't want to tell people to do that. It's insane. We don't know any different though. So people say to us all the time, like, what were you thinking? Or like, did you guys know how that happens? You know, they love that joke. And we're like, I think it took us so long to have them. Yeah. But then it's like, once I had one, like it really.
But also true to form for us, like, I remember you came back from therapy one day and you're like, I think I finally, because I was like, I want 2 kids.
He wanted to. He was
finally accepted.
Came home from therapy and I was like,
our
family's complete. Like everything is perfect.
The next day,
I was like barfing in the toilet that morning.
Oh, so your third wasn't planned.
Our third was Coma City.
A miracle.
A miracle through and through, literally.
Yes.
But yes, she surprised us. But it's like, I did so much work in therapy and I was like, okay, Matt feels good with 2. He used to say, this is a cute shot.
I
have more love to give. He's like, I have no more love to give. Like, and so then I'm like, do you have love for this baby? Because I'm pregnant. Like, he was like, yes, we'll figure it out. Like,
yes, I'll make
more love. Like, we'll figure it out. And so
she's probably spoiled rotten. She's the youngest.
We've kind of, she runs the roost. She's crazy. She's great. She's whip smart and wonderful. And she's definitely the baby. Like, I'm just like, I'm tired. You can call your brother stupid. Like, I don't have the time to. Thanks for popping on.
Yes, thank you for guest starring.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like building our family alongside this business has been something that so few people ever get to do. And that is not lost on me. Like, I really feel like the kids will look back, hopefully fondly, on like growing up in their family company and getting to see how we do it. But it is absolute. Can we swear here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolute, like, batch insane. Like, it is.
Yeah,
it is insane. And I never really think about it that way. But Matt does make a good point that, like, I am very, very rarely flustered. Like, I'm very rarely stressed. It takes a lot to get me really worked up. And I think that has been my kind of superpower here. Like, just giving myself so much grace. Like, I cannot keep these kids with their hair brushed and perfectly done and in matching outfits like this like feed. Like, my kids are not Instagram worthy every day.
I feel like your life is an Instagram.
Messy. Like, my house gets messy. Our car looks like a traveling circus. Like, we drive this minivan, all these kids pile out. But it's just like, they are watching their parents build something together. And we have a really, really, like, love-filled marriage. Like, I don't know how else to put it. And so I feel like that is the best thing we can possibly give them. And they see how hard we work. Like, we're really open about, like, we have to work. Like, we're going to work. We have a big thing where we say we get to go to work today. Like, I don't have to, I get to. And today I was leaving, they were like, stay. And I was like, I get to go to work today and design flowers for people. And I'm so excited. I will miss you. And I'm excited to go to work. And I'll be home later. I love you. See ya.
That's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on. As you guys can see, there were lots of reasons. But I love that mindset. And even Matt just popping in, like, you can see how much love you guys have for each other.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just like a family. It literally is a family business at its core. Our team feels like a family. Building our team was such a journey. And I feel like I literally spring out of bed every morning excited to go to work. Even on the days I'm like, this is crazy, I have a lot going on. No Sunday scaries ever.
I love that. That's how I feel with starting the podcast. And it's been a long time since I felt this way. This is the most authentic I've honestly ever felt to myself.
Oh my.
So it's cool to hear that from you.
I'm so happy for you. Yeah. That's a huge deal. Like, a big awakening when you're like operating in your zone of genius. What do you think it is? Like, what are you taking with you into this project that feels so good for you?
This is really, so for me, I grew up watching Oprah,
for sure.
Regis and Kelly.
Yes.
I loved long form conversations. And especially as I got older, I changed a lot in my 20s.
Yeah.
I was always very carefree, very, to be honest, pretty oblivious.
Yeah.
But I liked it. Now they call it Delulu. Now it's on trend.
Yes.
I very much was just going towards what felt good and everything. Yeah. In my 20s, I think I changed a lot because I had a moment when I realized what I do every day creates my life. Oh, it was an awakening for me.
Clip it, baby. That's so
Once
true.
I realized that how I act every day creates my life, and the moves I'm making creates my future. Before I was just kind of floating. I was like, oh, wait, I'm in charge of me.
Yeah.
That's when I really got obsessed with podcasts and these long form interviews and that style, because learning from people like you and all these different experts, like I could take little tangible things away to make myself better and make my life better. And so that's why I wanted to start this, because it really helped me so much.
Yeah.
That
you want to be that
I want to be that vessel where people can hear from you about starting their business, starting their family, leaning into positivity, having that love-filled marriage while you do it. They can listen to that in the morning and it can help them think positively and like work at that throughout their week.
Well, for sure. And also like the energy you bring into the part you said about your 20s, like you are building your life, because it feels like you're just surviving. Like I talk all the time. I mean, Chrissy on our team, she's in her 20s and we're all in our 30s and like betrothed and like in these like, not all of us are in our 30s. Oh yeah, I forgot. Matt's in his 40s. My God.
Thought he was in his teens.
Aging like a fine wine. So we're in our 30s and 40s and we say to her all the time, we're like, your 20s are a mess.
Yes.
They are like a mess. And the
Hot
hard
mess.
part is you're laying a foundation in your 20s for like the life you're going to create for yourself. And so it's like knowing that, where are your values? Like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Not like writing down a plan and like, by this age, I need this. Almost just being like, am I envisioning the life I want for myself? And are my actions and my plans right now taking me there? It's wild. Your 20s are
absolutely
crazy.
Yeah, to be honest, it really didn't click for me until 30. I was a little bit of a late bloomer, but you know, we're getting there.
Connor's over there like,
He's like, we got a late bloomer. Hasn't clicked.
As someone who, when Matt took over the company, he was like, all right, how do you pay people? I was like, I just write them a check. And he's like, how do you track their hours? I don't even know if I should have this on camera. I was like, they just tell me what they worked. And he's like, you literally have people, Chrissy will even attest. Like, I used to just be like, just text me like how many hours you worked last week and I'll just write you a check.
Love that.
Doing math on my Apple phone, my iPhone calculator. Like there was no like payroll system. I was like, we have a situation.
Yeah.
Like we need to, but again, like late bloomers, we're just figuring it out as we go.
Girl, we're figuring it out.
Got it. We're fine.
You have a podcast too. I am obsessed with this. Wish I had thought about it before you. The name of your podcast is Lucky Girls Don't Quit. I'm obsessed with this. What does this mean to you?
Okay, so Lucky Girls Don't Quit is kind of this like lucky girl energy. We've always talked about it. And if I'm being honest, it kind of started as like a joke, because I would be like, that's lucky girl stuff. Like I would say, like, Ellis knows, sometimes I'm crazy and I'm like, we are going to have a huge opportunity come to us. I've just been having dreams about
manifesting.
I'm so woo. I manifest all my desires.
Yes.
And then the team would be like, really? And I'm like, it's that lucky girl energy. Like I live in a state of lucky girl energy. Like everything is always an opportunity. I drive into parking lots. Matt is probably sick of me. And I'm like, lucky girl parking. There's going to be a spot right up front. And I'm like pulling. I'm like, oh, that lucky girl energy. It is so real. Now, some would say, cough, cough, my husband, like, there's always times you're not lucky. You just don't like pay attention to it. Like it's a mindset thing. Like,
yeah, but you're consciously paying attention to when you are. You're shaping your reality.
Programmed my brain. Like
Love
my neural pathways have been programmed to always see like, we're going to figure it out. Like this is an opportunity for us. Like we are like, this happened for a reason. And professionally, like we didn't get that big contract, or like we didn't nail that client. Like it's making space for another one. Like it's, and so that's kind of my lucky girl thing. Then funny enough, on TikTok a few years ago, like lucky girl syndrome took off. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God, this is a thing. Like we've been saying lucky girls for so long, like lucky girl syndrome. And that was kind of like lucky girl energy, or like lucky girl.
Yeah.
So then I just finally started saying, like a saying that I would say is like, lucky girls don't quit.
I love that.
Lucky girls don't quit. I put it on a t-shirt kind of as like a joke. And we released it in a swag drop and it sold really well. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this kind of resonates with people. And so we rebranded the podcast. Matt and I have had the podcast now for almost 2 years this winter. We used to call it something different. That was a big part of our brand. But then I was kind of like, Lucky Girls Don't Quit. It just fits the Kalin Sheick brand so well. So yeah, and that's what Lucky Girls Don't Quit means. It's just like, a lot of people will sometimes give me feedback like, lucky girls is just like privilege, and it's just like you have everything handed to you.
They don't get it.
And I'm like, it's actually quite the opposite, because it's like the don't quit part is like, we made it happen. Like,
Yes.
lucky girl would be like, everything just happens to me, just sitting back. That isn't real. Like, no one has made a life that they feel truly fulfilled in, and their desires are being met, and they feel so happy in the morning by just sitting back and it being handed to them. People who are handed everything, I have found, are mainly the most miserable. So I'm like, you don't quit. Like, the lucky girl energy of lucky girls don't quit is just like, when someone tells you no, you figure out a new way.
Yeah.
And it's worked really well for us. So that's Lucky Girls Don't Quit, streaming everywhere your podcast is available, but not on YouTube. I need to take a play out of your book.
You should do YouTube, because I always see your social media clips, and I would love to just like watch you throughout the whole podcast.
Oh my gosh. It's usually Matt and I, like, in our pajamas at 10 o'clock after the kids have gone to bed, drinking sleepy time tea.
I'd love to watch it.
Like, do you have the energy for this right now? So, like, you need to come up with your energy right now. This is not going well. So we'll see. We'll see about YouTube, guys.
I love it. Okay, so you have the podcast.
We have the podcast.
Social media. Like,
Yes.
pimp yourself out for a second. Where are all the different places we can follow you and see you?
And what we're doing on all those places. Okay, so the brand is kind of twofold. There's Sweetwater, where we're sitting right now. It is a physical location. We're in Walloon Lake, Michigan.
So
it's our
cute.
cutest flower shop in the world, as we like to say. And we're a full service florist. So we do walk-ins, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings are kind of our bread and butter.
Yeah.
We have flowered for more than 500 weddings across northern Michigan in the last 10 years.
Wow.
Which is crazy, because the first few years we were doing like 10. So it's really taken off. And we are like obsessed with world-class hospitality and a one-time, in a turn and burn business, right? So when I started, this is a little bit of a rabbit hole. Can I go down here?
Please.
Oh, you love a rabbit hole. It's why I love you. When I
Call me a
started,
rabbit.
people told me I was going the wrong direction, because they were like, wedding clients only get married once. And if they get married twice, which plenty of people do, chances are they aren't going to hire the same florist. It still has not happened. It's kind of my dream. Like, what a flex for some queen to come in here and be like, all right, the first one did not take, but the second
Take
one,
two.
we're going to hit it. And the flowers are beautiful. I want you again. Please hire me for that. If you're out there, Sweetwater brides, we want you again, girl. There
Don't
is no
want to
shame.
manifest this for them, but like you're out there.
Things happen. I will come take two. So people are like, it's a turn and burn industry. So when you look at it from like a valuation standpoint, it really is hard to boost crazy revenue. Like, you have to do either ultra luxury or you have to do volume at a severely discounted rate. There was like, there's no middle, because ultra luxury is people who do like 10 weddings a year, but they're spending like $150,000 to $200,000 on flowers. That's ultra luxury. Yes. It's a serious market. Some of the most talented florists in the world are in that market. I call some of them my friends. It is a whole different business they're running.
Yeah.
Then there's this kind of more turn and burn volume, definitely a more affordable price point, like more of a budget florist, which there's also no shame in that. There's really talented florists who are killing it with like, oh, we do like, $1,000, $2,000 budgets. We do $200 budgets.
Really?
Yeah. And that's their bread and butter. They're just doing like 15 to 20, a week with a big team, but they're doing more like kind of less customizable, more click it and pick it. I was like, there's a middle. And I feel like the middle is underserved. The middle is everyone in the world deserves that ultra luxury hospitality. They deserve for their wedding to feel and be treated like it is the most special thing in the world, because it is to them. It is to them. We may not like the colors they picked. It may not be my cup of tea to have 300 people in a ballroom, but that is so important to them. And also, we're not going to tell anybody we can't help them because they don't have a certain amount of money. That's just like not in my moral compass. So we really found this middle, and that is really the Sweetwater secret sauce. But it became kind of a volume game. I very much unexpected it to be, but we usually are doing 4 to 5 weddings a Saturday.
Wow.
The crazy part is we're doing 4 to 5 weddings a Saturday that are in that middle. So it's like you still need a team of people on site.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not just coming in and picking it up. They're requiring. So that was really the growth that kind of catapulted. And that's what the Sweetwater way is. We call it, or Sweetwater magic, which is like when you treat people that we were their easiest and most fun wedding vendor to work with, we now see them for their grandma's 80th birthday party and their sister's bridal shower. We have done so many families where we've done multiple of their kids' weddings. And that to me is probably the best testament to like what this team is capable of. And I'm just like so proud of them. Like we get to know these families, we love them. And then they come into the shop and they host a private workshop for a bachelorette party and they bring their kids. Like we have Sweetwater couples who then bring their kids to the terrarium bar and they come to like a foodie tour. And so Sweetwater really is not just a wedding florist and it's not just a flower shop. It is a flower focused lifestyle brand. Mm-hmm. So that is what we're doing here. And we do workshops, wreaths, and weddings. Then there is the Kalin Sheick brand. It's exhausting to even hear myself talk. I'm sorry. I'll stop in a second.
No, we want all of it.
You're sweet. You're a really good interviewer
all of
because you're like, I'm genuinely interested. I hope whoever's, wiping their counters and YouTube's playing in the background is really getting a piece of the pie.
Girl, you're the moment. We want to learn.
Thank you. The Kalin Sheick brand was born when our daughter was in the NICU. I had created this community on social media at Sweetwater. We have a really robust social media following. We go all in on Instagram. People choose where they want to go all in. We've chosen Instagram. And, I had forged relationships with people. She's 3. So I was 7 years in at that point with people who woke up every morning, drink their coffee with me on Instagram stories. We called it Clinks. We still do. And then I kind of fell off the face of the earth. Like my child's on life support. She could die. I'm in Grand Rapids. I'm 3 hours from home. Your wedding is not really my top priority this week, and so I remember saying to Matt, we were sitting in the NICU, I was like, I have to tell people what happened, but it's not the Sweetwater story to tell. It is Kalin's story to tell. Because by that point, Sweetwater had become more than just me in a barn designing flowers. We have a team, the most incredible team in the world. I'm sure we'll talk about them. The business was running with me not there. That's a testament. It was not running well. I made some huge errors that summer, but like my life kind of blew up. Yeah. And I was forced to make decisions really quickly. And that was probably my biggest learning moment in business was when all that happened. But I decided to start a Kalin Sheick brand really with no intentions of it becoming a thing. I just wanted to tell people what happened. And so kind of wrote a post and I was like, hey, it's me. I'm here. Like shit is off the rails. Like this is really bad. And I'm going to pop on and tell you updates when I want to tell you. And you also may not hear from me for a while. That is the daughter we were talking about who's like spoiled rotten and she's perfect and wonderful. And it's a miracle. And I did the third one. Yeah, the caboose. We call her Tiny Caboose.
The caboose. I haven't heard that.
The third one, the one Matt had no more love to give. He found it. And she wrote a song yesterday called "My Daddy Is the Best."
Oh.
But then she wrote a song called "My Daddy Is a Stupid Guy" when he wouldn't buy her anything at Starbucks. Her exact words. You never buy me anything at Starbucks ever. My daddy is a stupid guy. Original. So
she sounds like me growing up.
She is very much her mother's daughter. She's kind of a fighter. But that was the catalyst for the Kalin Sheick brand. The Kalin Sheick brand now today is underneath the Sweetwater umbrella. We go hand in hand. And I do speaking and I teach corporate groups. I teach a lot of workshops. So I fly kind of around the country, around the world, teaching people how to design flowers. Because I feel like that's where their joy is really hiding, is in getting their hands dirty and finding a creative outlet and allowing them to bloom, build life out of moments.
That's fantastic.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yes, Queen.
We have your whole business here. We have your podcast where people can find you, your Instagram, everything. Yes. A tangible piece of advice to leave people with. I always love to end the podcast this way. Someone's listening right now and they really want to hear your story because once again, they're working to follow their dream. What is one thing that you would challenge people to work on this week that you think would help them get closer to that dream life, starting that business, following whatever it may be that they want to pursue?
I would say this week, you have the time to send 3 emails that scare you. It's pretty easy. It takes like 10 minutes.
Do you do that?
Sometimes when I'm feeling most stuck or feeling most like uninspired, which still happens, I'll be like, I just got to send 3 emails. I just got to send 3 emails that are kind of like out there. Some of them are connecting with past networked like friends and acquaintances of mine to see if we can work on something together. Some of them are cold emails, like just like, hey, I'm putting myself out there if you guys ever need anything. And then I always try and make one of them just to check in and offering how I can help someone else.
Add value.
So like, hey, I know how great you are at this. Is there anything I can do for you? How are you? And it's genuine. There's no ask. But send 3 emails. Like, send 3 emails towards the goal here. And also, my biggest takeaway for people, though, is like, you don't have to know where it's going. I feel like so many people, you know, the team knows, and we talk often on the team about one of my mottos is done is better than perfect. Because if you're waiting for it to be perfect, it is never going to get done.
You're never going to execute. Yeah.
And I see a lot of women, particularly high achieving women, particularly the you and I's of the world, sitting on this idea, or I can't put it out there because it's not perfect, or I don't have an audience, or I tell people all the time, a lot of times when I do like consulting or I help people with their businesses, especially women who are in their first few years, they're like, I don't have an audience. And I'm like, okay, how many followers? I hate all that stuff, followers and all that. But I'm like, how many followers do you have on your social media? Oh, I have 600. I'm like, if 600 people lined up,
that's a lot,
to give you their money.
Yeah.
Girl, please. That's a lot.
That's such a good point. Yeah.
And so I feel like we're so obsessed with these like metrics and these numbers. You do not need a massive audience to have meaningful impact. And that is something that I really had to work with, because starting Kalin Sheick, that brand, and we've really gone like 100% forward with it this year. It's like being back in startup days. Like, I was like, oh my God, Sweetwater kind of has it made. Like, everyone knows about Sweetwater. We're blessed beyond measure. The shop is busy. The team is fabulous. They're the most talented people in the world. Like, we've got great, numbers and metrics and people opening emails, and like, we've really built something special. And then I'm crazy enough to be like, all right, I'm going to start over at day 0, like with my little Kalin Sheick email list. And Christy on my team, who helps me with it, I'm always like, this is startup mode, like convincing people to let me come speak. And it's not going to be Sweetwater glamour day, 200 of the Kalin Sheick brand. And so even I am still in startup mode, but you can't sit around waiting for it to be perfect, because you'll be waiting a long time. And then what's the worst? If it's not someone's cup of tea, they'll change the channel. They'll flip the pot.
Absolutely. I've seen people say too, if you're so worried about putting out your content because it's going to flop, what are you worried about? Because if it flops, no one sees it.
Yes.
So really, what are you worried about?
Nugget.
Yes.
Let it flop. Maybe that's a cute shirt.
Let it flop. I love that.
Your content.
Okay.
Let it flop. Parentheses, your content. Let it just kind of not happen. Like, it doesn't. People are so obsessed with what other people are thinking about them and what their opinions are, that you will spend your whole life worrying about impressing others. And then you'll blink and like, what is this all for?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, what are we working so hard for, if not to create something we're really proud of? And so whether that's a family, whether that's a career, and I always tell people, you do not have to start your own business to feel fulfilled. Like, this is a huge thing we've been sold. You do not have to create your own schedule and be your own boss to feel fulfilled. You need to surround yourself with people you love, have hobbies, have passions, take care of yourself, love on your people, have a dinner party, go to a Wreath workshop.
That's absolutely. I'll be there.
Sauce.
I'll be there. 3 emails this week that scare us. I'm doing it. That's such a nugget. I'm doing it this week.
So easy.
Perfect.
It takes 2 seconds. Also, I got to ask you, like, what are you working on right now?
Ooh, thank you. Water Your Garden is pretty much our entire life. So new episodes every week.
Proud of you.
We got you. Yes, I couldn't be more excited. And really, like, that little nugget right there is exactly why I wanted to do that. Kalin Sheick, you've been the absolute best.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on Water Your Garden.
This is like a dream. I can't wait till this is like a huge, huge deal. And I'll be like, remember when we sat there in the shop?
You're the big deal. You're the moment. Thank you.
I love you. Keep going, girl. You're killing it.